Davis, gentlemen.
And here come the Oklahoma Sooners, ranked 16th in the nation, coming off a 34-0 season opening win over Louisiana Monroe. Much more difficult task today as they face West Virginia in the Big 12 Conference opener. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner, the great communicator, folks, Charles Davis. And welcome to Norman. And, CD, these two teams have two inexperienced quarterbacks. Therefore, the running game is going to be very important for both sides. And for West Virginia, that means Charlie Sims is going to get to carry the rock today.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a cast of thousands running the ball, but Charles Sims is the key guy for West Virginia. Came from Houston as a transfer, and he was all conference there. He will run it. He will catch it. He's exciting, dynamic, and he could cause trouble for Oklahoma. When we flip it over to the other side, though, Gus, and we talk about Oklahoma, they also have a number of running backs who can carry the ball. But the added dimension this year is their quarterback, Trevor Knight, and his footwork and his ability to get out of the pocket and also be effective in quarterback run game. That's a new dimension for the Oklahoma Sooners that we'll see this evening.
All right, the last time these two teams met, they combined for close to 1,500 yards of offense. We'll see if sparks fly today in Norman. And welcome back to Norman, Oklahoma. Fox College Football is presented by Geico. Now let's go downstairs where moments ago our Christina Pink caught up with Oklahoma head coach Bob Stoops.
Thanks, Gus. Coach, last season the West Virginia game was a track meet, but you retooled this defense in the offseason. With the ULM game, you guys get the shutout. How do you keep that consistency tonight?
Well, we got to play similar to what we did a week ago. We were very sound assignment-wise. We played fast. We were physical. We tackled well. Those will all be keys today.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you, Gus.
All right, Christina. Folks, it's hot here in Norman. 96 degrees at kickoff time. Hot and humid. Perfect football weather when you're the Big 12.
It's actually cool for Oklahoma. It was 100 degrees at kickoff last week against Louisiana Monroe.
Oklahoma won the toss. They deferred, so West Virginia will receive. Nick Hodgson will send it away for the Sooners. Smallwood and Mario Alford are back deep for West Virginia. Last time these two teams met, a year ago in Morgantown, 50-49, Oklahoma. And we're underway. This is Alford allowing it to go out of the end zone. And the West Virginia Mountaineers will start from their 25-yard line. And now here are the Husqvarna high-performance players to watch. Brought to you by Husqvarna.
Last year we saw Tavon Austin shred Oklahoma. Charles Sims will try to do the same thing from his position. Quentin Spain is their most experienced offensive lineman. On defense, Corey Nelson doesn't come off the field now at linebacker, and Aaron Colvin is all-conference and preseason All-American as a cornerback.
The starting quarterback for West Virginia, Paul Millard, last week versus William & Mary. He started 8 of 8, finished 19 of 25 for 237 yards and a touchdown. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Sims is the pistol back. And he'll give it to him on first down. Charlie Sims, the Houston transfer, and Charles Tapper jumps on his back and brings him down.
And keep an eye on Oklahoma's defensive alignment early. They've come out with an odd man front, 3 down linemen now. There used to be a 4 down line team almost exclusively. They've come out with 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and extra defensive backs. They want more speed on the field to combat the spread offenses that they face weekly.
Second down and 7 at the 28. 3-yard pickup for Sims. Dreamus Smith wears number 2 in the backfield. with Sims and Millard. Smith in motion. Here's Millard, all day to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket, lets it go underneath, and caught. Sims out of the backfield with the reception, and Charlie Sims knocked out by Quentin Hayes after a gain of 24 yards.
In the pregame, all we talked about was Trevor Knight, the quarterback for Oklahoma, and his ability to use his legs. Paul Millard did exactly that on that play by extending the life of that one to allow Charles Sims to get open, and he delivers downfield for a nice gainer.
West Virginia trailed at halftime against William & Mary, and a timeout called by OU. But West Virginia trailed at halftime against William & Mary, but when you watch the second half, Millard came back in the game, he settled his team down, and they looked extremely well coming back to beat William & Mary, the Tribe.
Able to get going off of play action as the run game kept improving for West Virginia last week.
Time now for today's Keys to the Game, presented by Ford.
We expect more pressure from this Oklahoma defense in their 3-3-5 or 3-2-6 alignment. So if you're pressed and you're West Virginia, find a way to block it and attack it downfield. If you're Oklahoma, I think plays are there to be made against the cornerbacks of West Virginia tonight. So when they get an opportunity, favorable down and distance, play long toss. Take your shots downfield.
So Oklahoma had to call an early timeout. They've changed their defense from a 4-3 to a 3-4. And talking to Mike Stoops, the defensive coordinator, it's very difficult for all defenses when you're facing teams that want to play fast, especially the substitution.
That means everything that you do during the week is critical because you have to win the game before you get here. Adjustments on the fly are tougher to do. Adjustments, substitutions, knowing assignments.
First down and 10 at the 48. And now a timeout.
West Virginia takes their first timeout. 37 to win.
Amazing, isn't it? You have a timeout, you're coming out of a timeout, and you don't have everything you want to work with. In other words, did you have the right personnel in the game? Did you have the right play call? That didn't happen. West Virginia had to take a timeout and gave one back to Oklahoma.
That's 42-year-old Dana Holgorsen. Third year at West Virginia, 18-9 overall record, 0-1, which was the game last year against Oklahoma. And in 2012, the Mountaineers started well, 5-1, were ranked in the top 10, and then finished 7-6 after a loss to Syracuse in the Pinstripe Bowl. Things just collapsed in the second half of the season for the Mountaineers.
And we saw them beat Texas at Texas, and at that time, I don't think either one of us foresaw the kind of finish West Virginia had last year. They were flying high at that point in the season.
Mountaineers back on the field. First down and 10 at the 48. Dreamus Smith, the pistol back behind Millard. Here's Smith running straight ahead. Runs into a pile and goes down. Maybe a yard on the play.
Notice something there, Gus? Look at West Virginia. What are they doing? What is that?
They're huddling.
That's a huddle? I didn't know those existed anymore in college football.
Second down and 9 for Millard from Flower Mound, Texas. And he throws far side, flag on the play. There is a flag on the play as Jordan Thompson came up with the reception.
Personal foul. Shot block. Offense number 2. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
That's Smith.
Dreamus Smith in the backfield. West Virginia had the same call go against him against William & Mary. And see the block there. The reason is he's engaged right there with number 88, Cody Clay. When you're engaged with another blocker, you can't do that. You can't go down and chop him at that point. They call that pinning and posting, and that's illegal, and West Virginia was caught for it.
So that'll make it second down and 24 at the 38-yard line. All the momentum West Virginia had on their opening drive being sucked out of them. Here's Millard scampering, and he'll just dump it down.
Very smart play by the quarterback, Millard. It was a screen pass that was set up, and Oklahoma had a defense perfectly. And he threw it right to the ground near the back to make sure it wasn't picked off, and he didn't take a sack.
Charles Tapper with pressure. Number 91 for OU. So third down and long. Mountaineers need to get to the Oklahoma 48-yard line for a first down.
Keep an eye out now on defense for number 19, Eric Stryker, outside linebacker and blitzer.
Alford in motion, and they give it to him. He tries to turn the corner and goes down at the 41. Nice pursuit, Gino Grissom, along with Zach Sanchez on the play.
So when we talked with the Oklahoma coaches, Gus, and they talked about getting more speed on the field, I think we're seeing evidence of that early in this game, aren't we? It's an increased speed from Oklahoma, better flexibility and chasing the football better than we saw last year.
Jalen Saunders back deep, allows it to take a bounce, and it takes a West Virginia bounce and will be downed at the 10-yard line. A 50-yard punt. So coming up, West Virginia allows this young man to come on the field for the first time. Redshirt freshman Trevor Knight, right after the break. Let's take a quick look at our Husqvarna high-performance players to watch.
Trey Millard is the ultimate chess piece for Oklahoma. He'll line up all over. Jalen Saunders is their leading receiver. Isaiah Bruce is a blitzer for West Virginia, and Carl Joseph, their leading tackler last year.
First down and 10, and Knight will run it on first down and get to the 20-yard line, close to a first down. Last week against Louisiana Monroe, he was 11 of 28, 87 yards, but he threw 3 touchdowns. He also rushed 13 times for 103 yards.
His throwing will smooth out, I believe, tonight. We watched him in practice on Thursday. I thought he threw it very well in that practice session.
Out of Ronald Reagan High School in San Antonio, 2nd and 1 at the 19. Brennan Clay, the long setback, and this one, danger for Oklahoma. West Virginia may have it. No, they don't.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 9. Loss of down at the spot of the foul. Third down.
Watch on the snap. Watch Trevor Knight's head. I think he's looking elsewhere, and the ball is snapped before he was ready for it. Gabe Eichert, the all-conference, all-American center, snapped the football, and Trevor Knight's eyes were elsewhere. You see that? Look how he's looking off. He didn't get his eyes back in time to catch the football. Then he's there trying to make a play to save the sack and gets called for intentional grounding. Oklahoma backed up.
So now the Sooners with the loss of down. Third down and 19 at their own 1. Play clock winding down. And they'll be conservative and hand it off to Brennan Clay. Brennan Clay! Uh-oh! What a move! And what a run! Bread and butter. Oklahoma style.
Left side of their offensive line, and Trey Millard, number 33, sealed the block on the end, and Brennan Clay used his eyes to carry his feet to the open area of the field, vaults through it, and picks up big yardage for a first down.
And with that run, he becomes the 70th OU player to surpass 1,000 career rushing yards. Last week, he carried it 8 times for 43.
That was an advantage West Virginia just squandered, putting Oklahoma in a very tough position, backed up at their own goal line, and they let them out on one big sprint.
First down and 10 at the 34. OU with breathing room now. Clay the pistol back. They give it to him low. Keeps his balance, and he will be tackled for a loss at the 25. Will Clark.
The initial hit, though, comes from Darwin Cook. Watch him come off the edge. the Cookie Monster with the big blow. How Clay kept his feet, I'm not sure. And then Will Clark comes and cleans up with help from Jared Barber. But the initial play was Darwin Cook off the edge with a big blow against Brennan Clay.
So a loss of 8 after a gain of 33 yards. And when you watch the second half of West Virginia last week against William & Mary, you saw the improvement, especially on defense. These corners are more experienced, they're bigger, they're stronger, and it looks like some things are working in the positive, on the positive side for the WVU defense.
And we see Eric Kinsey, a starting defensive lineman, being helped up. I'm with you on that, Gus, and I think it starts with Keith Patterson, their new defensive coordinator, who I believe in the offseason when he took the job, he had to do more than teach new defense. He had to play Dr. Phil. He had to hug these guys up because last year you're the number 108 defense out of 120 in the country and getting torched every week. He had to get their mentality back in shape to make them feel good about themselves. And so far in the early going, it's working.
He replaced Joe DeForest, who's now the associate head coach and special teams coach. Second down and 18 at the 26. Knight over the middle. Incomplete. That one sailing high. Intended for LeColton Vester. So a lot of high throws for Trevor Knight last week against Monroe.
You could understand it in week 1 because he's probably very hyped up, his first start ever. They've got to see him settle down and start to make the throws that they know he's capable of making.
Did end up with 3 touchdown passes, though.
And anytime you see him in this spot going down the line of scrimmage that way, that means he's changing the play from the sideline, communicating it to the offensive lineman individually.
Third down and 18. He steps up in the pocket looking for the first down, and he will not get it. Well shy of the first down marker as he's tackled at the 35 by K.J. Dillon.
Well, West Virginia let them out of the shadow of their goal line, but they didn't get despondent after the big run by Clay. They came back and strung together a good series and forced a punt from Oklahoma.
That brings on Jed Barnett, a junior college transfer from Laney College, to punt it away. Mario Alford standing at his own 13-yard line. Here's Alford with the fair catch signal and has it at the 15. A 50-yard punt. So both teams struggling on offense on their first series. Here comes West Virginia. Let's see if they can pull it together. Fox College Football is sponsored by the 2013 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost. And we'd like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world, watching tonight's broadcast in 175 countries on AFN, the American Forces Network. Thanks for all you do. First down and 10 at the 15 for West Virginia. Millard underneath. Kevin White with the grab and a crawl forward and pick up the first down. The junior from Plainfield, New Jersey, Aaron Colvin with the tackle.
Kevin White did not play last week, an injured foot. This is his first action as a Mountaineer from Lackawanna Junior College. And they think he's got big play potential written all over him.
He'll pick up 10, a first down at the 25. Second series for the Mountaineers. Charles Sims, the lone setback behind Millard. Here's Millard with time underneath and incomplete. That one thrown behind to Keel Shorts, but Shorts was open.
And you called it perfectly, partner. Plenty of time for Paul Millard. He's got to complete that throw. Now Shorts, as a receiver, his receivers coach is going to say, you need to catch that one. All right, Lonnie Galloway, when he gets on there, you have to catch it. But you described it perfectly. It was a little bit behind him. Millard needs to be a little more accurate so he can keep the sticks moving downfield.
Second down and 10 at the 25. Split backfield out of the gun. Millard will hand it off to Sims. And Sims, no, make that. Dreamus Smith breaks it outside, gets to midfield, down the sideline. See you later. Touchdown, 75 yards. We told told you at the top of our broadcast, folks, that this could be a ground and pound day.
Dreamer Smith's supposed to be a power back with not much speed. 1 missed tackle, 2, 3 missed tackle. There's a missed tackle right there as he slips through it. Now he gets out to the corner, gets a good block on the corner, and then what? He outsprints the Oklahoma defense to the end zone.
So Josh Lambert comes in, adds the extra point. And with 8:54 to play in the first quarter, West Virginia strikes first blood, and they do it on the ground. It was all a dream. Let's go back in time, folks. 1982. The last time West Virginia traveled to Norman to take on 9th-ranked Oklahoma, Penn State transfer Jeff Hostetler passed for 321 yards and 4 touchdowns en route to a 41-27 victory. And there he is, made the trip. We talked to athletic director Oliver Luck yesterday. He said Jeff was coming down and the Hoss is here.
And not only that, he married his college head coach, Don Nalen's daughter. And when you play that well, you can date the head coach's daughter.
Well, Oklahoma will return it. Here's Brennan Clay. And Clay advancing to the 22-yard line before being brought down.
You remember why Haas transferred out of Penn State? Todd Blackledge. It became the starting quarterback, and he wanted a chance to play. And now Bob Stoops wants to see if his young quarterback, Trevor Knight, can get his offense going.
Bob Stoops in July had his contract extended through 2020. 8 wins from passing Barry Switzer as Oklahoma's all-time winningest coach. First down and 10 at the 22 for Trevor Knight and the Sooners. Damian Williams in the backfield now. And they'll give it to him running right. And Williams upended. Kwiatkowski with his nose on the ball. No gain on the play.
I know it's early, but these are definitely not the 2012 West Virginia Mountaineers on defense.
I told you, they look so much better. Aggressive and confident. Here's a bootleg. Knight, near side. Nice grab. Bester climbed the ladder, brought it down. The senior from Scuba, Mississippi. His nickname, Scuba.
But you like here that Ishmael Banks is on the play. He catches the ball, no yards after catch, puts him down on the spot. Playing with confidence on the corner after a very tough 2012 when the whole secondary was torched.
Gain of 6, 3rd and 4 at the 28. Watch Knight, he's got great legs. He'll let it go, and some hard hitting going on this field by West Virginia. K.J. Dillon bringing the pain.
As soon as the ball is caught, last 2 plays for Oklahoma. The one was completed to Bester. This one to Shepard. On both occasions, the defensive back for West Virginia, 1 step and was there to affect the hit on the receiver. That one knocked free. Oklahoma has to punt it again.
Jed Barnett once again, last week versus Louisiana Monroe, 7 punts, averaging close to 46 yards. He goes down a flag. And Oklahoma may have caught a break. Barnett getting up slowly.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
That'd be Darryl Worley, the freshman defensive back. And this is one of those plays where they had the momentum. They were excited, amped up because of an excellent defensive series. And the young freshman trying to make a play instead puts his defense right back on the field.
And I know Daniel Holgerson will have words for the freshman, but early on in this game, you have to like the intensity, the physicality that West Virginia is playing with.
They are playing with all of that, and if I'm Oklahoma with this down and distance and favorable field position, I think they've got to push the ball downfield in the pass game and try and loosen them up a little bit.
First down, here's a handoff to Williams. Breaks it back as he crosses the 45-yard line. Jared Barber, first man to him.
I think even if they're not successful completing a pass, they've got to push it downfield a little bit, Gus, because right now what you're getting from West Virginia is that aggressiveness you're talking about. They're huddling up, they're cuddling up on these receivers, getting all close. Push them deep and make them respect them a little bit. Otherwise, you have a tough time completing the short passing game.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Trevor Knight will let it fly. Out of the pocket, underneath, that one low, but caught at the 40-yard line by Saunders.
He had a couple of drops last week against Louisiana Monroe, and he went home and watched the tape, and you know what he did? 100 push-ups to punish himself for the drops. Not tonight.
Oklahoma playing fast after the 13-yard gain. Damian Williams, the senior from San Diego. And Kyle Rose, first man to him on the tackle. So Trevor Knight, one of 5 freshman quarterbacks to start and win in week 1.
I have to check with replay.
The ball was low. It looked like it may have touched the ground before being caught.
But they got another play in after that. I didn't know that you could go back on replay after that. I mean, they already ran the play. So I don't know how you can buzz down now. It's too late.
Let's go back to the previous play.
See, Knight gets out of the pocket and throws. Saunders goes down and catches the football. So if that's the play in question, it's too late.
The replay pager went off after the ball was snapped. The previous play is not reviewable.
Bob Stoops says, I'll take it. 6:40 to play in the first. Herky-jerky first quarter for both teams. 2nd and 5 at the 35.
See Brennan Clay lined up in the backfield. Trey Miller, terrific blocker, all-around player. I think he's their best player on offense, although the numbers won't reflect it.
Knight hands it off. And Brennan Clay going straight ahead. Picks up a couple. Kwiatkowski with the tackle again. That's just a great name for a linebacker. Kwiatkowski.
It's funny because his coach, Keith Patterson, says it just sounds like a Penn State linebacker's name.
Certainly does.
And he has really developed. He came out of high school as safety, started at West Virginia as an outside linebacker, built himself up into a tough inside linebacker. 52% last year on 3rd downs for Oklahoma.
3rd and 3 of the 33. And now a timeout, the second timeout called by the Mountaineers.
West Virginia takes their second timeout of the half.
So we'll take a quick break. 5:45 to play in the first quarter. West Virginia on top, but Oklahoma driving. Fox College football is sponsored by Husqvarna, the world's largest producer of outdoor power equipment. By KFC, the official sponsor of couch gating. KFC plus football equals couch gating. And by Allstate Insurance, proud supporters of college football. Are you in good hands? Threes are wild for the Oklahoma Sooners. 3rd down and 3 at the 33.
And for young quarterbacks, picking up key 3rd downs is a great way to show your growth.
Knight hands it off, playing looking for the first down, and has it at the 27. Kwiatkowski again on the tackle, but a first down OU.
Notice the biggest runs tonight for Oklahoma have come over the left side of the line. 71, Tyrus Thompson at left tackle. Adam Shedd, 74 at guard. Gabe Eichert at center.
Knight rolling out of the pocket with time in the end zone, and incomplete. Saunders, the intended receiver, but he ran out of real estate.
The good thing Trevor Knight did was he threw it deep enough so that the only person who was going to get it was going to be Saunders. And if he came down inbounds, it was a bonus. He didn't throw it short and let the defensive back make a play on it in the end zone, and it could have been a drive-killing interception.
2nd and 10 of the 28. Play in motion. Knight underneath. Great throw. Nice catch. And Shepard losing his footing, but he gained 7 on the play.
I think he saw so much open field. He tried to get going too fast. See how he catches it? And he's like, oh, look at that. Look at the block he got inside there from his offensive lineman. Casatati was also out in front. He had a clear path, and he tried to go too fast and ran himself into the ground.
3rd down and 3 from the West Virginia 21-yard line.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that's Tyrus Thompson, the redshirt junior from Pflugerville, Texas, left tackle.
Have we ever seen anyone get a false start or anything and really just accept it? Or they always go, what, me? Couldn't have been me.
They back it up 5 yards, 3rd and 8 at the 26. Knight steps into his throw and incomplete. His receiver tripping. Jazz Reynolds wanted a flag, but it looks like the turf monster keeps reaching up and grabbing guys.
And look over to this side of the field, because if Trevor Knight looks left, look at that. And Jalen Saunders was wide open. If he looks left, Jalen Saunders is still running into the end zone with the ball.
So that brings on Michael Honeycutt in to attempt a 44-yard field goal. Clean snap, nice hold. And pure. 4:22 to play in the first quarter. Oklahoma on the board now. 7-3 though, West Virginia. Seven to 3, West Virginia, 44-yard field goal for Michael Honeycutt. Gives the Sooners 3 points, but they had a lot of opportunity on that drive.
Especially the last pass that went awry, trying to hit Jazz Reynolds to the right. One quick movement to the left. Jalen Saunders wide open in the middle of the field. I think they had a bust in coverage on that side for West Virginia. They were fortunate. Oklahoma ends up with 3 instead of a potential 6.
Nick Hodgson ready to send it away. Smallwood, back deep. And this one kicked out of the end zone once again. Now let's go to Patrick O'Neill in our Fox College Saturday studios, where Lowe's never stop improving.
Okay, thanks, Gus. At Athens, big SEC tilt between South Carolina and Georgia. Aaron Murray scrambling out. Check out Justin Scott Wesley, the speed 85-yard touchdown. 41-30. Bulldogs with a big goal line stop, and they have just run off some serious clock. They may hang on to win this one. Gus and Charles.
Patrick, that's a big one for Georgia. Not only getting back right and getting a win, but a huge win for Aaron Murray, their quarterback, in a big game.
From the 25, Millard finding Sims out of the backfield. And that's a 2-yard gain. Frank Shannon defensively for OU.
In the pregame, Coach Bob Stoops of Oklahoma told Christina Pink, our sideline reporter, that they were good in the first game because one of the things they did was they tackled well. On the touchdown run by Dreamer Smith, that was not in evidence. But you can see the speed, and when they rally to the football and tackle well, it's an improved Oklahoma defense too.
2nd down and 8 at the 27. Straight ahead, Sims breaks it back. 1st down and more. An 11-yard gain and a 1st down for West Virginia.
Essentially, that's an offset power eye set. And look at the vision and the footwork by Charles Sims. Starts left, sees the hole back to the right, makes the cut, and gets straight upfield and gets all he can, finishing the run impressively. You can see why they're so excited to get him from the University of Houston, where he played actually for Dana Holgorsen when he was an offensive coordinator there.
7 first downs for West Virginia. Here's Millard under pressure, and he gets rid of it. Now remember, last week against Monroe, Oklahoma didn't give up a first down rushing the entire game.
And tonight you see part of the strategy of West Virginia. They expect the pressure out of this new 3-3-5 stack that Oklahoma is running at them. They expect more guys trying to get to the quarterback, so they want to try and slow it down with some screens. Running back screens, we've seen some wide receiver screens. The 2 running back screens have not been successful thus far. Mike Stoops, the defensive coordinator in his second year back at Oklahoma.
Former head coach at Arizona. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Millard. And he kind of lost that one in the air for Kevin White. And out of bounds.
It would have been a tough one to fit in, wouldn't it? That was good coverage underneath. Looked like number 9, Gabe Lynn, and over the top is Aaron Coleman, their All-American corner.
So 3rd down and 10 at the 38 for the Mountaineers.
Let's see if Oklahoma decides to bring pressure at Paul Millard and rush 5 or more on this snap.
Millard underneath to his tight end, McCartney. And that's Nelson coming up with the tackle. Corey Nelson, the senior from Dallas Skyline High School. And that'll force the Mountaineers to punt it away.
One of their better players, and what they noticed last year is they had him on the sidelines too often. They vowed this year that he would stay on the field for almost every snap on defense, and it paid off on that one.
O'Toole from the 25. Saunders. Fair caught at the 15. A 45-yard punt. Now tonight, college football on Fox Sports 1 continues as the Washington State Cougars head to Los Angeles to try and upset 25th ranked USC in the Pac-12 opener for both teams. Our full day of college football continues tonight at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1. Lane Kiffin, the head coach at SC, a little pressure on him this year.
Gus, you and I were throwing the ball around a little bit at Oklahoma's practice the other day. You might be able to get into the quarterback derby at USC if things don't go well tonight. Cody Kessler and Max Whitting, they're trying to decide on one guy. Oklahoma has already done that with Trevor Knight.
1st down and 10 at the 15. And OU staying on the ground. Damian Williams, he'll be lucky to get a yard. Nice pressure coming from Doug Rigg.
Watch Rigg here at linebacker position. Sees the play, flows with the ball, and a terrific tackle in the open field. Just ends it right there. Play done.
So no gain. Doug Rigg, senior from Bloomfield, New Jersey. Trevor Knight out of the gun.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's Thompson again.
And whatever he's doing, they've got to figure it out. 3rd penalty on Oklahoma this evening. Because a lot of times you're standing in a 2-point stance and you can move a little bit as an offensive lineman trying to get the call. But once they get set and get established, it seems like you might be in motion a little bit too quickly.
2nd down and 15. West Virginia showing blitz. Here they come. Knight breaks it down the sideline and finally chucked out of bounds at the 24 by Darwin Cook. Nice misdirection play.
And here we go again with the added dimension for Oklahoma. A quarterback in the run game. Something that really confounds defenses trying to account for the quarterback is very difficult.
A 14-yard pickup on 2nd and 15, so that brings up 3rd down and 1. And let's see, it'll be close.
I'm not so sure he got there.
Brennan Clay,
I don't think he did.
met at the line of scrimmage. Shaq Brown
Look at the front of West Virginia and how they stack things up. You mentioned Shaq Rowell, number 90. Did you see how he took on two? Number 90 for West Virginia took on two blockers and held the point of attack and didn't resist. And Doug Rigg also helped and finished off the play.
So the Sooners come up empty and will have to punt it away. Mario Alford back deep. Barnett. And fumbled it. He muffed it. And Oklahoma has the football.
The Alford right there, it just goes right through his mitts. Trey Franks, a converted wide receiver, now a defensive back, is on the spot and comes up with the recovery. And now if you're Oklahoma and you're Josh Heupel, the offensive coordinator, a little bit disjointed as this game has been, I would think very seriously about taking a shot right now at one of the corners of West Virginia with one of my receivers.
Here's Heupel on the left, won the national championship. Co-offensive coordinator, he calls the plays. First down and 10 at the 32. Knight, flag on the play, over the middle and incomplete.
Hey, that's a late hit.
Offside. Defense, number 34, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Ishmael Banks, their right corner, lining up.
Expired on the last play. We'll have one untimed down.
And Oklahoma did take the shot, and that route seemed disjointed. Didn't it appear the two receivers were pretty much in the same spot, bringing the defense to them? They caught a break there with Banks lining up in the neutral zone from his cornerback position.
The final play of the first quarter.
Williams.
And their jitterbug his way down to the 21. A 4-yard gain, and that's the end of the first quarter with the score. West Virginia leading Oklahoma on the road 7-3. So we start the second quarter, West Virginia on top of OU, but the Sooners have the football at the Mountaineer 23-yard line, facing 2nd and 1. Trevor Knight, the redshirt freshman, at quarterback. Damian Williams, the pistol back. Here's Williams, straight ahead. Witkowski jumps off for a ride, but he picks up 6 yards on the play.
And it's no accident we're seeing pistol and quarterback run game. We were at the Cotton Bowl last year when they played Texas A&M, and all we heard was what? Trevor Knight impersonating Johnny Manziel, and he could do it very, very well. So the evolution of this offense probably started there. Joel Klatt talked about that in the pregame show, how they started to maneuver towards what we're seeing tonight.
Diamond formation. Knight, 3 carries, 32 yards. Here's a handoff. Williams over the right side, cuts it in. Touchdown, OU!
The best football player for Oklahoma on offense is number 33, Trey Miller, coming right at you. You saw him block there. Look at him. He's continuing to block downfield to help Damian Williams into the end zone. The numbers will not show it for Millard, but he's the ultimate chess piece for their offense. They use him everywhere, and he's a devastating, punishing blocker.
The ruling on the field is touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
So look at this power set. Ripkowski, Millard. Ripkowski with a block in the line of scrimmage. Millard right there with one block. Look at the block downfield by Shepard. And then at the end, is he in before his knee touches? Knee was down right there as he's extending the football. They've got to get a view from the side there. Was the ball crossing the line as the knee was hitting? Here's another look. Knee down right there as he's extending the football. This could be our best shot right here. Knee down right there. I'm not sure the ball's crossed the plane of the goal line there. But remember, they called touchdown. Is it enough to overturn it? Is that a clear enough view to do that?
Let's bring in our rules analyst, Mike Pereira, in our Los Angeles studios. Mike, what do you think?
Well, I kind of, I think it's one of these things. I think he might be short, but then again, remember that they ruled this actually a touchdown. So if they ruled it a touchdown without a shot right down the line, can you absolutely prove with indisputable visual evidence that it's short? I just don't think that you can. If it was me, I don't think I would. Now, again, take a look. You're going to focus actually on the left knee. And now, do you have the ball at this point? Has it broken the plane?
From that shot.
It's a very tight play. Now, they're going to stop it at that precise point when the knee first touches the ground.
I don't think you can overturn it, Mike.
After further review, the runner's knee was down short, and the ball was short of the goal line. It'll be first and goal on the right hash, just inside the 1 yard line, first down.
I didn't think you'd be able to overturn it because it wasn't a clear shot.
Yeah, that's what I say without down the line. Now, I think it's short, and I said that initially, but again, it's kind of one of those, pretty tough to overturn.
All right, so Oklahoma on the goal line now.
They spent a lot of time in the offseason talking about becoming a better power running team. No better time to show it than right here, hunkering down.
First down and goal at the 1. Williams, he won't get in. Beautiful pressure by the West Virginia defense. Jared Barber shot the gap and made a play, and it's a tackle for a loss.
And the big guys up front held the point of attack and actually created penetration into the backfield to allow Barber to come clean up. Rowell, number 90, Rose, 93, principal at the point of attack.
Second down and goal at the 1. Knight, he'll pass it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miller. Trey Miller snuck out of the backfield and found a soft spot. And this one will stand. And you keep telling us that Miller is the most talented offensive player on this OU football team.
He does it all for them. There he's at fullback, slipping out into the flat. Look at the soft hands catching the football. How often do you get a guy of his size and dimensions with the soft hands and also a hammerhead at the point of attack blocking? He does it all for them.
So Michael Honeycutt comes in to attempt the extra point. 13:35 to play, second quarter, and Oklahoma takes a 10-7 lead. Special teams a problem for West Virginia, and OU makes them pay. All right, tomorrow Fox NFL Sunday is back with a special 90-minute pregame show live from Times Square. Join Terry, Howie, and the guys as they reveal live which superstar performer will be this year's halftime act at Super Bowl 48. A full day of NFL action begins with Fox NFL Kickoff on Fox Sports 1 at 11 a.m. Eastern, followed by Fox NFL Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Smallwood and Alford back deep. They almost collide. This time Alford will get a chance. And he's upended at the 15-yard line. Let's take a look now at the KFC stat comparison brought to you by KFC, the official sponsor of Couchgating. KFC plus football equals Couchgating.
And both quarterbacks, 50%, 4 for 8. But I have not seen Trevor Knight really get settled in the pocket and throw the football the way I saw him throw it Thursday in practice, Gus. Joel Klatt talked about this in the pregame show, about his footwork and trying to get that right. I'm still seeing a lot of the things that Joel pointed out in the pregame show coming to light here in the early going.
Dustin Garrison, number 29, enters the game for West Virginia, along with Smallwood. And they'll run it Smallwood straight ahead. But when West Virginia looks at this first quarter, they'll realize that a roughing the passer, roughing the kicker penalty resulted in 3 points, and a muff punt resulted in 7 points, and there you have it, 10-7.
And those are the errors that cost you ball games. And they were made with youthful exuberance. Alford, new to the football team, muffs the punt. Worley, a freshman, runs into the kicker, costing their team right now. They want them to play aggressive, but they want them to be smart about it.
Second down and 6 of the 18. And this one incomplete. Millard intended for the tight end, McCartney.
See how Zach Sanchez just jumped on the route, pretty much ended it right there. Started last week because Cortez Johnson was suspended. Played so well that Johnson can't get on the field in the early going here tonight, even though he's back up for this evening.
Third down and 6 of the 18. Millard, 4 of 9, 38 yards. They need to go to the 24 for a first down. Sims in motion. Millard lofting it to the near side. And caught at midfield. What a catch! Over the shoulder, Carswell. 33-yard gain.
Not only was the catch tremendous, how about this throw? Because the coverage by Sanchez is terrific. Look at Millard drop it right in the bucket. And the concentration by Carswell to come down with it with Sanchez draped on him. Well thrown, well caught.
First down and 10 at the OU 49. Here's Smallwood. And he'll power his way to the 41, an 8-yard pickup.
And that catch by Carswell is an example of what offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson has been preaching to his receivers. You're going to be covered very well in this ball game by Oklahoma. They're physically superior to what we saw last week from William & Mary. So in order for our offense to run, you have to make contested catches. It can't just be wide open catches, otherwise we can't move.
Second down and 3 at the 42. Sims a single setback. And they'll give it to him. Quick feet. Gets by the first tackler. Finally, though, Corey Nelson brings him down after a 1-yard gain.
These offenses have so many similarities, but the difference is Oklahoma has the mobility at quarterback, and Millard's mobility, trying to buy a little more time in the pocket, but the biggest part of his mobility is his right arm.
At Flower Mound High School, he was the #1 rated passing quarterback in the nation his senior year, during which he completed 67% of his passes for over 4,000 yards. Third down and 2 at the 41.
Oklahoma saying they jumped.
False start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's a right tackle. Curtis Fight.
Originally from Germany. One of the few married players on the West Virginia roster. And actually one of the more experienced offensive linemen coming into this year. 6 career starts coming into tonight.
Third down and 7 at the 46. Mountaineers need to go to the 39-yard line for a first down. Millard. And hit as he throws. And this is an incomplete pass. Gino Grissom raking the ball out of his hands.
The ruling on the field is fumble and a recovery by the defense.
Wow, I think they need to look at this one. I thought the arm was moving forward. Let's take a look from the backside. I think that's an incomplete pass. He's getting to it about the time the arm's coming forward, in my opinion. So to me, that's incomplete. That's Kaz Everett, number 23, knocking it free. But with the call on the field saying it's a fumble, I'm not sure you can overturn that one either. No, we got word, Mike Pereira saying it's a clear fumble, Gus. Hard to go against the guru.
Mike Stoops has to be pleased.
Evidence of the speed on the field now with the new style of defense. and the pressure getting to the quarterback and creating a turnover. They're talking to Dana Holgorsen. Maybe he wants to challenge the call on the field.
West Virginia is challenging the ruling on the field of a fumble.
And the reason being, of course, if it's an incomplete pass, come back and you can punt it and change field position. Right now, Oklahoma's in good shape if they take over here.
So we'll take a quick break. 10:42 to play, second quarter. With his arm moving forward, we'll see right after this. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. 10-7, and the officials have confirmed that this is a fumble.
Look to number 2, the tailback, Dreamer Smith, unable to block Kaz Everett, who causes the fumble on the backside. And when he gets to the bench, Dana Holgorsen's got a few words for him, because if you're going to play running back in a system that the quarterback has to be protected, you have to be a good pass protector.
First down and 10 at the 49 now for Oklahoma. Roy Finch comes in at tailback for the Sooners. And here's Finch running left, and it will be dropped for a loss. Will Clark snuck into the backfield, and Eric Kinsey finally made the tackle.
It has been tough going up front against West Virginia's front. They have 3 down linemen too. Shaq Rowell, number 90 in the middle. Eric Kinsey, 45, and Will Clark flanking. Number 98 is Will Clark. They've made it difficult.
Second down and 11 after the 1-yard loss at the 48. Knight over the middle. And a flag on the play at the 45.
Hear all that communication going on between center and quarterback and offensive line.
Illegal formation offense. Number 71 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And Tyrus Thompson's having a tough time tonight. And Trevor Knight is also having a tough time, because that ball, Darwin Cook appeared to be the intended receiver, not the defensive back. Oklahoma fortunate there that the ball went through Cook's mitts.
So that will make it third down and 11. Brennan Clay back in. Standing next to Trevor Knight. Knight steps into his throw, and a beauty it is. Bester gets to the 20, fumbled it, and West Virginia jumps on it. The Mountaineers have it. Oklahoma turns it over for the first time. And how about that? Darwin Cook returns the favor.
And how about just when Trevor Knight steps up and makes a big throw on 3rd and 11, looks good, completes it. Bester gets additional yardage and then lets it go at the end of the play. Look at the end of the play there. Number 26, Travis Bell's on the scene, but from behind, that's Isaiah Bruce hustling to knock it free. And Cook comes in and cleans it up with the recovery.
Well, both these teams losing a lot. Geno Smith had 98 career touchdown passes. most in school history for West Virginia. Landry Jones is the only player in FBS history to pass for 3,000 yards and throw 26 touchdown passes in 4 different seasons. Geno Smith will start tomorrow for the Jets. Landry Jones drafted by the St. Louis Rams. First down and 10 of the 18. Here's a handoff to Sims. And Sims crosses the 20 up to about the 22.5-yard line.
They put on some fireworks last year, didn't they? I mean,
Sure did.
we had like 7 lead changes in the last 4 minutes. Excuse me, probably 4th lead change, I believe, in the last 7 minutes of the game, and went right down to the wire. But a different style we're seeing tonight from both offenses as they're breaking in new quarterbacks trying to find their way.
Dreamer Smith, number 2, back in the game in the backfield for West Virginia on 2nd and 6. They give it to Sims, and he's bottled up and taken down for a loss. That's a loss of 5 yards on the play. Eric Stryker, first man to him.
Now the line of scrimmage got crowded there. Stryker, number 19, from the right side of your screen. But the guy who made the play initially was Jordan Phillips, number 80. With a penetration from the defensive tackle position, he flushed him and spilled him right into the arms of Stryker. And Dana Holgerson has a big 3rd down call coming now.
They need 11 yards. Millard will throw it underneath. Ball is caught, but not enough for his first down. Jordan Thompson with the reception.
That's a good tackle right there. Underneath in the coverage. Ball's caught. Guys put down on the spot. No run after catch. Couldn't get the first down.
Nick O'Toole will send it away. Jalen Saunders, the return man. He'll come up. Fielded on the run. Gets to midfield. Breaks it back and goes down inside West Virginia territory. A 37-yard punt and a 16-yard return. Now don't forget, coming up at halftime, it's the Pizza Hut halftime with Rob Stone, Eddie George, and Joel Platt. They'll bring you all the news and highlights from around college football.
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney chasing Aaron Murray. The first start of the year for Johnny Football against Sam Houston State. Miami and Florida, they waged a good one today. Now, how about the field position tonight, Gus? Have you noticed how it's creeping more and more in favor of Oklahoma? Where they're getting the ball in favorable spots to start offense?
They'll start from the West Virginia 43. Brennan Clay. Oh, beautiful tackle by Will Clark. Diving at Clay and just grabbing his shirt and bringing him down.
To me, it seems like both defensive coordinators have a pretty good line on what the offenses are running right now on first down. I think both quarterbacks are going to be asked now to make some first down throws as this game goes along, because these first down runs, you're not getting enough to stay ahead of the chains.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 at the 45. Knight steps up in the pocket, wants to run, picks up the first down and goes down at the 32. A 13-yard gain. Cook and Banks with the tackle.
Now watch Trevor Knight. Now look at this. Look at that gap and that vision he has to be able to flush. You have to take that if a defense gives it to you. You step up, you ball through it, and you hurt the defense picking up the first down with your legs.
First down and 10 at the 31. Here's Clay. And Shaq Rao, number 90, coming up with the tackle after 2-yard pickup.
Another first down run that doesn't net you a whole lot. I think both offensive coordinators are going to have to put the ball in the hands of their quarterbacks a little bit more on first down to try and loosen up these defensive fronts.
2nd down and 8. Knight runs it again. And this time he's gobbled up quickly by Doug Rigg.
Did that appear to you that he really wanted to throw the ball in that play?
Not at all.
That appeared like a one-step hop and let's go. I don't know if that was designed that way, but it certainly appeared at first blush from up here.
As a senior at Ronald Reagan High School in San Antonio, He threw for 2,000 yards and rushed for 943 yards and 15 touchdowns. Knight was ranked as the 6th best dual threat quarterback coming out of high school. 3rd down and 4 at the 25. Finch in at tailback. Knight lost it. Loose ball. West Virginia forcing the fumble. What a hit by Golson. Dislodging the ball, and the Mountaineers have it again. Each team with 2 turnovers.
It'll come from the backside. Golson, number 2. And that's a clear fumble to me. Arms never coming forward. And knocks it clean. And West Virginia creates the turnover.
Will Clark with the recovery. This West Virginia defense looking mean. Fox College Football is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Make it great. By the Samsung Galaxy S4, the next big thing is here. And by the all-new Buick Encore, the next big thing in luxury is small. Welcome back. Great play by Golson. 10-7, Oklahoma. West Virginia with the football at their own 38. Millard handing it off to Garrison. And he'll pick up a couple. Let's take a look at the fumble.
Okay, here's Brandon Golson. Now, this play was terrific, as you talked about. But watch how it could have been better. Golson unblocked, gets to the quarterback. Big hit. Now look at him. He's posing. Turn around and help pick up the football and help your teammates get it downfield. That could have been a winning play for you. There's Keith Parrish. Congratulations. Get off the field. But when he watches film, he's going to say, nice hit. Now block someone. Help your guy get back downfield.
2nd down and 9. Smallwood. And a yard pickup.
And now we're in a favorable down and distance for Oklahoma's defense. If you're Mike Stoops, do you go back to trying to heat him up? You caused a fumble on a 3rd and long last time. Do you try and go back and get him again?
3rd down and 8. At the 40, the Oklahoma defense getting stronger as this game goes on. Smallwood in motion. Millard sprints out, can't get it there. Smallwood, the intended receiver. And the Mountaineers unable to capitalize off the turnover. They're 3 and out. Nick O'Toole will punt for the 4th time. Jalen Saunders back deep at his own 20. O'Toole driving this one. Saunders from the 5. And Saunders crosses the 10, gets up to the 14, a 54-yard punt and an 8-yard return. Now let's go downstairs to Pink.
Thank you, Gus. Trevor Knight just taking that big hit there in the game. On the sideline, trainer Scott Anderson taking a look at his right middle finger. He's going to continue to play, but it looks like it's been bothering him. He's been messing with it here on the sideline. They're looking at it continuously. He's going to play through it, but something to keep an eye on here during the game.
Knight back on the field. Thank you very much, Christina. His backup, Blake Bell, who is the incumbent to replace Landry Jones. There's Blake, very disappointed in not getting the opportunity, but he's staying ready. 1st down at their own 14 for OU. And they'll hand it off. Williams. Dontrell Hyman coming up and making the play.
You notice all the pistol sets that we're seeing out of Oklahoma? They've watched other people start to decide they want to do it, so they brought in the master, Chris Hall, in the offseason, spent 2 days helping them put it in.
2nd down and 8. And Knight throwing a strike to Bester. This time he holds on to the football.
Looks like they're trying to go a little bit quicker now, a little bit quicker pace and tempo on offense.
Hand it off. Williams will lean forward and pick up a 1st down.
Now, one of the things that the pistol offense is supposed to give you is better downhill runs, straight ahead, rather than the side-to-side things that you get out of a lot of gun offenses. Tonight, though, Oklahoma's had trouble getting downhill and creating creases in the defensive front of West Virginia.
First down and 10. Knight to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught Saunders. Saunders tripped up. After a 31-yard gain, he had plenty of daylight if he could have kept his footing.
That little bit of getting to Jalen Saunders prevented the touchdown, and I'll guarantee you Trevor Knight's finger feels a lot better after that completion.
Now they'll swing it out to Saunders again with a gap. Flag on the play as he goes down at the 36.
Flag was thrown where they were blocking on the perimeter, the wide receiver on the defensive back. It appeared to be the spot that the flag was thrown.
And Bruce is down.
Not good news for West Virginia. One of their best defensive players moved from inside linebacker to an outside position. They call it the spur, a glorified strong safety outside linebacker spot where they can take advantage of his speed and blitzing ability. He caused the fumble, remember, a couple of possessions ago.
There is no foul on the play for a block below the waist. Second down.
So Isaiah Bruce being tended to. Back in a moment. Isaiah Bruce walking off on his own. That's a good sign, trying to stretch out that right leg. Don't forget, coming up on the Pizza Hut halftime report, Rob Stone, Eddie George, and Joel Klatt will break down the second week of college football for you. I kind of like Joel and Eddie when they're together. We got a quarterback and a running back. They're doing a little play action today.
Yes, and Eddie right now I don't think is real thrilled watching what he's seeing out of the running games of both teams. I think he wants to see a little more action with these backs and see if the lines can move the defensive fronts.
First down and 10 at the 35.
Definite change of play there when he goes down the line of scrimmage.
Play. Hurdle, and he'll get to the 30. Witkowski with the tackle.
One of the better first down runs Oklahoma's had in their last few possessions. That's what you want in a first down run. 2nd and 5 now. Open your playbook and you go quicker.
They'll run it again, same way. Brennan Clay.
Wes Tonkery running the play down from the backside. Coming into the game, number 37.
Third down and 5. OU 4 of 9 on third down conversions.
See if the pressure comes from West Virginia here to try and get to the young quarterback.
Knight on the run, throwing, and a catch again by Saunders. Jalen Saunders really stepping up his play in the second quarter.
The leader of the wide receivers group, their best wide receiver, and also helping pick up a young quarterback who's having some accuracy issues. Look at him go down and turn that into a completion.
Saunders 4 catches for 60 yards.
Yeah, it popped up, so they probably want to take a look at that
The
one.
ruling on the field was a completed catch. The previous play is under further review.
At least they caught it before another play was run. Where earlier in the game they didn't do that. Saunders goes down, he's got his hands underneath, and as he bumps up, the ball pops up a little, but he kept possession. I'm not sure the ball ended up hitting the ground. Let's take a look here. Catches it, goes down, has it protected. We can't see there. You see how it pops up, but it stays in the frame of his body, not to the ground. I think this catch will stand. My percentage hasn't been all that great tonight, but I'm taking another shot, partner.
That's okay. you're allowed. Saunders last week against Louisiana Monroe, 3 catches for 30 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
And a couple of drops that kept him up that night.
In 2012, he missed the first 4 games of the season after transferring from Fresno State, and was still the team's 3rd leading receiver.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Cradles it as he turns, ball pops up a little bit, but it stays there with his body. Catch stands as it was just announced by the referee, Mike DeFee.
So a first down for Oklahoma, 1:11 to go in the first half. Sooners have 2 timeouts. Saunders at the bottom of your screen. There's a running game. Clay. First down. No, make that Damian Williams. First down.
Looks like OU has found something on the right side of the line. The last 2 first down runs were to the right side. 5 yards on 1 and a big pickup there.
Another first down for the Sooners at the West Virginia 12. Damian Williams remains in the game as the pistol back. And he'll lean forward. Keeps his feet moving. Hard to bring down. Witkowski, first man to him as he gets inside the 10. With 25 seconds remaining in the half.
Oklahoma chewing up time. But if West Virginia forces a field goal attempt, even if made, they leave here feeling great. New rules on defense, right? The way that we play defense now, you throw out the yardage totals, forget all that stuff. Can you force them to have field goal attempts instead of giving up touchdowns? As many points are being scored in college football today.
So for Oklahoma, last year they recovered from an upset loss at home to Kansas State in the Big 12 opener, finished 10-3 and tied for the conference title with an 8-1 record. Lost to Notre Dame and to Texas A&M in the Cotton Bowl.
Remember, Oklahoma has 1 timeout left here, so they've got 1 if they need to use it in order to run their field goal unit out on the field. West Virginia out of timeouts here in the half.
Second down and 7. Knight wants to run it, does, and dives forward, chopped down inside the 5 by Carl Joseph. And now Oklahoma will use its final timeout with 18 seconds remaining.
Good tackle all the way around. That was number 8, Carl Joseph, with the initial tackle. Trevor Knight felt that. Joseph, a sophomore, was terrific last year. 104 tackles as a first-year starter as a true freshman. Knight getting a little extra work on the sideline. You know, we didn't see the Blake Bell Belldozer package at all against Louisiana Monroe, the short yardage package that became so famous over the last couple of seasons. Here at Oklahoma, they felt like with Trevor Knight's mobility, they wanted to run their package without it. And still not clutching his helmet and running in to run it tonight is Blake Bell.
Third down and 1 at the 3. No timeouts remaining for Oklahoma.
If he throws it, can't take a sack here.
Brennan Clay in the backfield with Knight. Will he run it again? Here's Knight. Throws it in the end zone. Complete. Intended for Saunders. Covered by Travis Bell. And the Sooners will play it safe and bring on Michael Honeycutt to attempt the field goal. Honeycutt has hit a 44-yarder. This one will be from 21 yards away. And it's good. 11 seconds remaining. Oklahoma taking a 13-7 lead over West Virginia. Back to Norman after this. Closing moments of the first half. Oklahoma with a 13-7 lead. Now, this year Fox Sports Supports is proud to partner with Stomp Out Bullying, the leading national anti-bullying organization for kids and teens in the U.S. Stomp Out Bullying focuses on preventing bullying and digital abuse. It educates against racism and hatred, deters violence in school and online, and helps at-risk students. To learn how you can help, visit stompoutbullying.org. "11 seconds to go in the first half from Norman. Conference opener for OU and West Virginia. Mountaineers will get another crack at it. Alford brings it out of the end zone. Tries to get outside. Great pursuit and nice special teams play. Nicely done by Trey Franks, the converted wide receiver, who's now a defensive back.
Franks has had two nice plays tonight. Recovered the fumble on the muff punt by Alford. And how about the open field tackle here on the kickoff? And if you're Oklahoma, don't just line up here, Gus, and just think, okay, clock runs out. Get prepared. If there's a fumbled snap here, you've got an opportunity from 5 yards out. If you're West Virginia, snap it, surround your quarterback, and don't let anything bad happen.
West Virginia will play it safe, take a knee, and that will take us to the end of the first half. West Virginia defense improved, but mistakes on special teams cost them. Oklahoma taking advantage, 13-7 the score at the break. Now we'll send you to the Pizza Hut halftime. Here is Rob Stone. Welcome back to Norman, Oklahoma. College football presented by Geico here on Fox Sports. And our score at halftime, the Oklahoma Sooners lead the Mountaineers of West Virginia 13-7. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis. Physical first half. Both defenses playing well, but mistakes and turnovers a huge issue for both teams.
Yeah, when you look at West Virginia running into the kicker, gave Oklahoma the ball back. They went downfield and scored. Then they dropped the punt. Same thing. They got 10 points out of that. Actually, that's a big issue for them. But now let's take a look at the first half. And we're talking about the recap. Dreamus Smith, the running back, junior college transfer, 75 yards, big run, touchdown. There was the roughing the kicker call against Darryl Worley. Mario Alford drops the ball. And then the touchdown pass from Trevor Knight to Trey Millard. And Oklahoma leads 13-7. And we look at the first half stats. The one I'm focused on, third down conversions right now. West Virginia just 1 of 6. Oklahoma 5 of 11. But neither team effective running the ball on first down. West Virginia averaging just a little over 3 yards a carry. Oklahoma a little over 2. To me, that means these quarterbacks are going to have to make plays in the second half. The pressure will ratchet up on them if they can't run the ball effectively.
So Oklahoma will receive the football to start the second half, leading 13-7. And this one kicked deep into the end zone. And the Sooners will start from their own 25. Let's go downstairs to Pink.
Thanks, Gus. Well, Dana Holgorsen clearly frustrated with those miscues on special teams. You mentioned it, the muffed punt, the roughing the kicker. He said, we've got a lot of guys who are inexperienced and young, haven't played on this type of stage before, and they have to grow up fast. I talked to Bob Stoops, who said, defensively, we played perfectly except for one play where we couldn't tackle. Offensively, too many dropped passes, not enough blocking, and we got to have better execution here in the second half.
All right, thank you very much, Christina. Oklahoma at the 25-yard line. Trevor Knight, the redshirt freshman quarterback, starts the second half, banged up a little in the first half, a finger injury and also a leg injury. Clay, the pistol back. They give it to him on first down, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage as he leans forward. Witkowski looking up the hole again for WVU. We should take a look at Knight's numbers in the first half. Damian Williams, leading rusher, 54 yards. And Jalen Saunders, 4 catches for 60. Second down and 10 at the 25. Knight sprints out of the pocket, throws on the run. Almost intercepted by K.J. Dillon.
West Virginia overloaded the blitz, Gus, from the top side, and he went away from it and rolled away from the pressure. But he got away with another one here. Very fortunate this isn't picked off. K.J. Dillon starts upfield and falls back into the play and almost comes up with the interception. In fact, his arms were close enough that, boy, I might want another look at that one.
But they'll play on 3rd and 10 at the 25. Underneath route, this is Shepard. And Shepard diving forward, but he won't have enough for the first down. Eric Kinsey tripping him up. And Oklahoma 3 and out to start the second half.
And you know what really jangled that play? The inaccuracy of the pass thrown by Trevor Knight. If he throws it in a position where Shepard can stay on his feet and run with it, he's got a shot at the first down. But because he had to reach down, start up again, the pursuit was able to get to him.
5th punt for Jed Barnett. Punting inside his own 20. Alford with the fair catch at his own 20 as well. A 48-yard punt. So coming up, it's the West Virginia offense trailing 13-7. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Firestone, reminding you that whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. And by Husqvarna, the world's largest producer of outdoor power equipment. Welcome back. There's Dana Holgorsen, and since 2005, his passing offense has ranked no worse than 6th nationally. What does he need to do to get his guys going on? Oh, here's Millard over the middle. Corey Nelson got a hand on it, almost pulled it down. Intended for shorts.
And I like the call because I've been the one saying you've got to call this game a little bit in reverse because first down runs have been tough for West Virginia and Oklahoma. So they come out on first down and throw the ball and almost turns into an interception.
Second down and 10 on the 20-yard line. Smith and Sims in the backfield. And a flag.
Ball start. Offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's Marquise Lucas, their left guard. Redshirt sophomore out of Miami.
This is jumpy offensive lineman tonight, don't we? Tyrus Thompson has been very jumpy for Oklahoma in the first half at left tackle.
Second down and 15 at the 15. Sims in motion. Millard. That one deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete.
This is Gino Grissom. Look at the left side of your screen. Defensive lineman number 85 working on Marquise Lucas, number 78. Bats it away. What was Gino Grissom's first position at Oklahoma? Tight end.
You look like Karch Karai right there, the great volleyball player. Third down and 15 at the 15. They need to go to the 30-yard line for first down.
Sims hasn't touched it in a while.
Inside, nice catch, Kevin White. Tackled though by Aaron Colvin. And West Virginia will be forced to punt it away.
They tried to influence Oklahoma, running Sims to the sideline and then coming back inside on the screen to White. Good tackling in the open field again by Oklahoma's defense.
Nick O'Toole from his own 10. Jalen Saunders, he'll backpedal and pick it up at the 21. Saunders, quick feet, flag on the play.
Definitely taking some time getting this right, aren't they?
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 24. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's Brennan Clay.
These guys right here in white on defense have been a big story this evening, haven't they?
They certainly have. We'll see if they can uplift their team. The West Virginia defense, they've been hitting hard, forcing turnovers. Let's see if they can do it a little bit more. Fox College Football is sponsored by Hyundai. New thinking, new possibilities. And welcome back to Norman, Oklahoma, where the Sooners have the lead and the football. First down at their own 12. Time in formation for young Trevor Knight. And they'll hand it off on first down to Damian Williams, who has running room. And Williams will pick up a first down. It's a 12-yard gain. Carl Joseph tripping him up.
And as the half ended, Oklahoma started finding space on the right side, running the football. They come right back with it.
Damian Williams again on the right side. Jared Barber with the tackle. And an injured Mountaineer, that's KJ Dillon. Remember, folks, 96 degrees at kickoff time. Hot and humid here in Norman. Dillon, sophomore from Apopka, Florida.
Pretty darn good program there. You know, one of his high school teammates is on the opposite sideline, and Ty Darlington, the backup center for Oklahoma. They played for Ty's dad, Rick, at Apopka High School, won the state championship last year in 2012. And there's another Darlington who's committed to Nebraska, the quarterback, Zach Darlington.
Wow.
Plenty of talent coming out of Apopka High.
So Dillon gets checked out. We'll take a commercial. Fortunately, he's up on his feet. Back after this. Welcome back. 13-7 OU with the football, facing a second down and 5. Here's Clay. First down and some. Down the sideline. And finally knocked out of bounds deep in West Virginia territory. Darwin Cook with the saving tackle after a 34-yard gain.
Now watch Gabe Eichert, the All-American center, work in the middle there on Christian Brown, number 95. See how he controlled the nose? And once he controlled him, that created the lane for Brennan Clay to hurdle into the secondary.
Gabe Eichert, a 4.0 student, their starting center, and he's a character, folks. Last year at the Cotton Bowl banquet, he asked Johnny Manziel for an autograph, and Manziel turned him down. First down and 10 at the 37. Clay running left this time, bounces it outside, turns the corner, out of bounds at the West Virginia 10, and a flag on the play. Maybe a late hit.
Now they go to the left side. And watch how this offensive line is starting to take charge here in the second half. Zone blocking, just stepping to the left. Shed 74, Tyrus Thompson 71, and Clay another nice gain.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Defense, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Second penalty that really hurt them tonight against Ishmael Banks. Remember earlier in the game he lined up offsides, playing the corner, and it helped out Oklahoma. This one a late hit, tacks on additional yardage, puts them inside the 10-yard line.
So on 2 plays, they get 34 and 26 yards. Clay closing in on 100 yards rushing. First down and goal, but can they punch it in? Inside the 10-yard line. Damian Williams in at running back. They'll throw it. And picked off! Wow! Darwin Cook with the interception. West Virginia bend but don't break on D. And Bob Stoops has a headache.
Watch Cook back here. And he just follows it to the ball. And what the Oklahoma coaches were trying to do, I believe, they've run the ball so well. I think they thought play action, give our young quarterback some confidence, and let him make a good throw. His job was to make sure he didn't throw into trouble. But he didn't handle that part of it, and the Oklahoma coaches maybe outguessed themselves a little bit there with how well they were running the ball. Big play there by Cook. Huge for West Virginia's defense.
So a first down and 10 at their own 20. Sims and Smith. Sims in motion. Now Millard will change the play at the line of scrimmage. Millard to the sideline, and he throws a strike. Ivan McCartney with the reception. One more look.
You don't have it clean. You've got to make sure that no one else comes down with it. And Cook was in the line of sight, I thought, the whole time. He never was sucked in on the play fake. He was always back there. If he was trying to feather it over him, he was obviously unsuccessful.
First down and 10 at the 31. After an 11-yard gain, here's Sims. And he'll get to the 35. And isn't it very interesting, Charles, kind of the yin and yang of sports? Last year, West Virginia prolific on offense, struggled on defense. This year you can clearly see how they've improved on defense, but the offense isn't clicking as much as it has in the past.
And you would expect the struggles on offense with all the firepower that left for the NFL. But on defense, these are essentially the same players that played last year whose confidence was so dented. It just tells me about good coaching, Keith Patterson, and the resiliency of youth. You give them a little love and some technique, and they can get better in a hurry.
Now Millard starting to find a rhythm. Kevin White, remember, he found a rhythm in the second half against William and Mary.
And what's interesting to me is Charles Sims only has 8 touches, I believe, on the night. I thought he was their best playmaker. They're getting it done with some receivers who haven't done it this type of competition before. They're really starting to step up and play well this evening.
Millard led an 8-play, 50-yard drive in the fourth quarter last week, which produced the game-winning touchdown.
See, I thought Sims would run it. I thought they'd throw it to him a little bit more, but we've seen plays from White, number 11, Carswell with a big, big catch down the sideline in the first half.
Aaron Colvin, the injured Sooner.
You mentioned the 96 degrees at kickoff. Last week, Oklahoma played in 100-degree heat and didn't seem to really have any trouble with cramps or guys really having an issue. But tonight is much more of a battle every play with West Virginia than what they had against Louisiana Monroe.
Aaron Colvin, a preseason second-team All-America. Last week had 4 tackles and a breakup. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis and Pink. 88 degrees right now. Mountaineers, the offense looking good so far on this drive, motivated by that terrific interception by Cook.
And you might want to test the backup of Colvin right now and see if he's ready to go.
Here's Alford down the sideline, and he'll get to midfield. A 7-yard gain for Mario Alford. Corey Nelson ushering him out of bounds.
There's Cortez Johnson, who was an Arizona signee with Mike Stoops as the head coach there, transferred here. Was supposed to be a starter, was suspended for the season opener. Zach Sanchez played in front of him. He's getting his first action of the season tonight. You might want to check and see if he's ready to go by testing him out, since he's in for Aaron Colvin, the All-American preseason player for Oklahoma.
2nd down and 2. Play fake. Millard over the middle. Intercepted. Oklahoma returning the favor, and out of bounds goes Gabe Lynn. Each team now with 3 turnovers.
Watch Paul Millard in the pocket. Watch the side that he goes on the fake. He's faking and the back's going to the opposite side, so he's faking the air. Was it even the right turn and progression? And then he throws essentially into quadruple coverage. There were 4 Sooners in the area of where the ball was thrown and caught. Look at this. There's the catch. Nothing but red shirts in that area. And right now the coaches are wondering, can I trust my quarterback with the football?
So 1st down now for Oklahoma at their own 43. Sooners running it. Clay gets to the 40, breaks it. Brennan Clay grounded, pounded. This time for 32 yards. Banks with the tackle.
Okay, freeze it right there. Look at this. This is essentially I formation, stack I. There's a block there. There's a block there. Look at the block downfield by the wide receiver, and they're going to play fast after a big run.
Play again, and somewhere Coach Barry Switzer is watching this game and saying, that's the way you play Oklahoma football. But even for the coaches, with this kind of personnel and a young quarterback, Josh Heupel has to change his mentality as well and decide to run the football.
And stay with it and be committed to it now, because in the first half, they struggled with it on 1st down. Couldn't make any headway. They're doing it now. The young quarterback has to make sure he just takes care of the ball and shuttles it to the backs, because the offensive line has found their rhythm now blocking.
Williams returns. Knight tipped up and picked off. Wow! Carl Joseph. And if you're an Oklahoma fan and you haven't put your foot through the TV, you're scratching your head and wondering, what are they doing? Running at will, but still trying to throw it. West Virginia taking advantage.
This is Marvin Gross, the linebacker. So the sight lines for the quarterback are here. See if he ever leaves what should be the sight line of the quarterback, Trevor Knight. He does it. Gets underneath, tips it up. Carl Joseph comes up with the interception. Look at the eyes of Trevor Knight. Looks right into it. Not quite sure how he missed the underneath coverage of Gross and tried to make a tough throw.
On 1st down, Dreamer Smith running it. This is the first time in 2 years that Oklahoma has turned the ball over 4 times in a game. Oklahoma State back in 2011, and you just wonder. If you take a look, 2 interceptions for Knight.
3 interceptions total in the last 9 offensive plays in this game.
2nd down and 9 for the Mountaineers. Millard winds up. He's got a receiver. And he throws it short. Intended for Shorts. But he was open.
He missed a big shot here because they had that one there. It was set. Had Julian Wilson beat down the sideline, but it was short to Da'Keil Shorts. Would have been a tough catch as his momentum was moving away. But Millard, if he lays it out there, he's probably still running.
3rd down and 9 at the 16. West Virginia 1 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Millard dancing out of the pocket, throws across the field, and caught for a 1st down. McCartney with the reception. And on 3rd and 9, they get 10.
You know that expression, every now and then you have to know when to break the rules? Somewhere our quarterback back in Los Angeles in the studio, Joel Klatt, was watching this play and saying, you don't throw back across your body across the middle of the field unless you complete it. And that's exactly what he did to Sticks McCartney.
First down at the 26. Millard again to throw. Up the sideline. And a flag. A well-thrown flag. Charles Sims, the intended receiver, and Corey Nelson just grabbed him.
I think Charles Sims ran an intelligent route. I think he slowed up on purpose and got himself into Corey Nelson in order to create a little contact and draw the attention of the officials. I think he did this intelligently. Watch to the outside here. Carswell vacates.
Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
See, he could have gone straight up the sideline on the wheel route. He slowed up and tried to go back inside and got enough of Corey Nelson. And Nelson got obviously enough of him and drew the flag. Gotta give Charles Sims some credit there.
So the 15-yard penalty gives West Virginia a first down at their own 41. Dreamy Smith, the pistol back. Millard, nice throw and catch at the 46-yard line. This time it's Carswell. And Carswell is an explosive receiver. He played well last week in the second half against William and Mary.
69-yard touchdown reception on a big strike from Millard. And I know Millard threw the interception not too long ago, but it feels to me like he's in rhythm right now. He's in sync with these young receivers. They're starting to come together.
12-yard gain, first down at the Oklahoma 47. And here's the run. Sims jitterbugging and dives forward for another first down. Gabe Lynn with the ankle tackle. And the Mountaineers get to the line of scrimmage quickly.
See, I think they've been very judicious about how they've used Charles Sims so far. I wear him out down the stretch. He's my weapon now. He can run it for me, he can catch it, he can draw attention, and to help open up things for other people. I think for the rest of the game, I think you feature him prominently in my play calling.
First down and 10 at the 37. West Virginia cobbling together a very nice drive, but can they pay it off? Millard out of the pocket, throws on the run. Incomplete. Intended for Kevin White. Cortez Johnson covering.
I know it's incomplete, but I like what Kevin White did here. He saw his quarterback vacate the pocket and move. So what he did, Gus, was he converted his route. He was running a much shorter route, converted it and turned upfield, and asked for him to throw the ball out in front, and they gave it an attempt. Millard couldn't quite get everything he wanted on that pass, and looks like he's grabbing a leg. Once again, what's your first thought? It's cramping because of this heat.
But he'll stay in the game.
West Virginia takes their first time out of the half.
West Virginia will let Millard stretch it out a bit. Mountaineers, though, moving.
Look at last year, the track meet. 50-49 final, Oklahoma wins in Morgantown. Combined 1,440 yards. Tonight, 20 combined points, 614 yards. You talked about the yin and the yang earlier, the way things have switched. That's what we have, because last year's track meet, neither defense could slow down the offense. Tonight, the offenses have struggled working against the defenses.
But you get the feeling that for West Virginia, this offense, once they get accustomed to playing with each other, they're going to turn it around in a big way. 2nd and 10 at the 37. Millard to throw it again. Pump fake. Wide open. Oh! McCartney just couldn't hold on.
Did he take a peek into the middle of the field? Watch from your right to the left, because Gabe Lynn, number 9, look at the double move. He gets past Sanchez. Sanchez almost held it. Did McCartney see Lynn coming and that affect his concentration? Because that ball could not have been better thrown. I think the answer is yes. Well thrown football by Millard. He dropped it in a perfect spot. McCartney has to grab that one.
Third down and 10 at the 37. Dana Holgerson. That's the kind of play that will make you lose even more hair. Here's a screen. Caught. Smallwood. First down, West Virginia. Terrific call by the West Virginia offense.
The first running back screen tonight, I believe that they were successful with. In the first half, Oklahoma ran those down and forced him to throw the ball on the ground incomplete. But they've loosened things up. They're running it better in this half. They're getting it out to the wide receivers, coming back with the screen against a loosened up defense. Works very effectively.
As a gain of 12. First down now at the Oklahoma 25. Dreamer Smith in the backfield. Smith cuts it back. Flag on the play as he gets to the 20.
That sure feels like a holding call by where those flags were thrown. Interior of the defense.
Holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's the center, Tyler Orlowski. Redshirt freshman from Cleveland.
Middle of the field. There's 65. There, he's got a full grasp there as he rides down Jordan Phillips, number 80. But despite the penalty, don't you feel like this young offensive line of West Virginia is growing up in front of our eyes? They came into tonight with the most starts being Quentin Spain, their left tackle, with 15 career starts.
100%, Charles. First down and long. Millard, another screen. Had a lot of pressure on him, intended for Sims.
Back-to-back nice plays by Jordan Phillips, number 80. Drew the holding call, and then he got into the face, right to the grill of quarterback Paul Millard, and upset the timing of the attempted screen. Second and 20. All right, this is a down for Mike Stoops to scheme. Does he want to try and heat him up? But he's got to be careful. The screen game working pretty well overall now for West Virginia.
Millard underneath and incomplete. That one thrown a bit high for McCartney. And McCartney did have running room if he could have brought that ball down. So that'll bring up third down and 20.
Well, he went back to the screen game, but he went wide receiver and tried to tunnel screen it with a kick from number 76 there, Pat Egger, coming from the offensive line down into the secondary.
So a big play for both teams. West Virginia desperate for points out of this situation. Third and 20. And Holgerson is on the field.
Had to burn a timeout because the play clock was down.
Timeout of the half. 30 seconds in left.
In the meantime, let's go to Patrick O'Neill in our Fox College Saturday studios for Lowe's Never Stop Improving Game Break.
Hey, Gus, quite a scene at the Big House in Ann Arbor, Notre Dame, Michigan. Devin Gardner takes this one in. Michigan is up 27-13 on Notre Dame, closing in on the end of the first half. Gardner, look at that, wearing number 98, honoring the late Tom Harmon, Michigan's first Heisman winner in 1940. Gardner says he's going to wear 98 the rest of his college career. Gus and Charles?
I love that kid. Got a chance to meet him this summer. Devin Gardner has a spark about him. How about this for intelligence? Graduated from the University of Michigan in 3 years. Wow. He has 2 years of eligibility left. Played wide receiver up until the last 5 games last year before becoming a full-time quarterback. He's a player.
All right, let's see if this young man is a player. Paul Millard faced with the third and 20. He got an earful from his head coach after the timeout. He steps back on, needing to make a big play. Millard. Underneath, caught, White at the 20, inside, down at the 15, and he found it. Picked up, Gabe Lynn. Wow, a comedy of errors for both teams.
So now you got to check and see if he was down before the ball came free. No, because the ball was working its way free already while he was on his feet. That ball was not possessed well enough. Watch, it's already starting there. It's already starting to move. That should be a fumble and a recovery for Oklahoma, and they dodge a big one here.
White trying to get an extra 2 or 3 yards. Was it worth it? Is it worth it for a player?
I think in that situation, he saw himself making the big play and was cutting. And as he was trying to shift the ball, it got away from him.
First down at the 41 for OU.
And another timeout for West Virginia, this time on defense. Does that end it for them? They're out of timeouts.
Yes, they are.
Third and final timeout of the half.
With 4 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter, West Virginia out of timeouts. Now tonight, college football on Fox Sports 1 continues as the Washington State Cougars head to LA to try and upset 25th ranked USC in the Pac-12 opener for both teams. Our full day of college football continues tonight at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox Sports 1.
All right, Gus. Oklahoma gets the ball back. How about this for a stat? 553 rushing yards last 2 games for Oklahoma. 305 against Louisiana Monroe, 248 tonight. They had gone for 200 plus in a game in their previous 8. And we've seen what's happened with the young quarterback Trevor Knight when they've tried to give him chances to throw the ball. If you're Bill Bedenbaugh, the new offensive line coach at Oklahoma, I'm in the ear of Josh Heupel and saying my guys are moving the ball on the ground now. Let's go get it. Okay? Trust us. Give us an opportunity. Because I think that's their ticket right now with a shaky quarterback.
Look at Heupel fight his own instincts. That's the question.
And this is what we're going to find out. There's Bill Bedenbaugh, who the previous 2 seasons was the offensive line coach at West Virginia.
First down and 10 at the 41. Here's a handoff. Williams. Shaq Rao with the tackle, but then on the West Virginia defensive side, they know that OU has a shaky quarterback. But can they figure a way to stop OU from running the football?
And that's what we're going to find out here. The front 3 have done yeoman's duty tonight. They need Shaq Rowell, number 90, to continue to hold down the middle and try and create some jam-ups at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 7. They run it again. Williams breaking it back. Nicely done by the WVU defense. Kwiatkowski. See, that brings up a 3rd down situation.
Sorry about that. See, this is where the struggles of the quarterback could put Josh Heupel in a bind. Because now, as you've noted, West Virginia's going to load up on the run because they feel like they can't trust the quarterback. How much headway can you make when there's almost no threat of throwing the ball on 1st and 2nd down?
3rd down and 6 for young Trevor Knight.
See, this is an odd thing that he does where he goes down the line of scrimmage, but that's his way of making sure everyone gets the play call changed.
And they hand it off. And West Virginia will get off the field. So now, for the first time in this game, we see that there may be a lack of confidence in young Trevor Knight coming from the coaches upstairs.
And what they're saying on the other side is Mike Stoops telling his defense, it's on us now. And that's how we have to play on offense with a 13-7 lead. It is now on us. With that type of field position, they elected to run it, they want to punt it, and make West Virginia go the long way.
Barnett sends it away. Alford signaling for the fair catch.
He didn't know where he was. That ball's got to hit and go over his head and take your chances. It goes in the end zone. You don't catch it on the 5-yard line.
50-yard punt. So Millard will have to play with a long field. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line.
You put your heels on the 10-yard line. I talked with some special teams coaches. Some of them, if they have great returners, they let them go to the 8. If it's over your head, let it go. Take your chances. More times than not, it gets into the end zone. You start on the 20.
You just wonder if they're thinking about it, giving this kid a chance. It's Lake Bell.
Delicate balance they're walking, isn't it? Because they want Knight to have this job. They gave it to him. But right now, you're thinking about winning a game. It's a tough task for the coaches of Oklahoma.
First down and 10. Millard to throw out of his own end zone. Wow, he had another open receiver in Mario Alford. And everything has been short for Paul Millard.
I like the footwork in the pocket, I think, tells us the story. Because is he getting set? Is he weight transferring? Or is he throwing everything from the back foot and moving backwards and using all arm? That's what it feels like when you're throwing short like that from the pocket. Because after a while, a pass rush sometimes creates ghosts in the pocket for a quarterback, and even if no one's there, they feel like there's pressure.
And down on the field, Dreamus Smith. Very interesting storylines developing in this game. Dreamus may have cramped up a bit. Remember, really hot out there.
Dana Holgorsen checking on his player and also getting some words in with his offense.
Last week, in the first half, Holgorsen playing two quarterbacks. Clint Trickett, redshirt junior, transfer from Florida State. There he is, number 9.
He only got 6 snaps last week. And let's take a look, Gus, because we're wondering about the throw, all right? He's in the pocket. No one's really there. It looks like he transfers fine, but doesn't get enough on it. That wasn't one where he was throwing from the back foot. He just didn't get enough on the football, and he missed an open receiver. He's made some fine throws tonight, and he's missed some big shots that could really help his team out.
15 of 30, 167 and a pick. Second down and 10. For Paul Millard.
And I think it's Mike Stoops' personality as a coordinator, backed up into the own shadow of the goal line to go after people.
Millard looks far side. Wow. That time he threw an excellent ball, but K.J. Myers doesn't look it in, and it goes right through his hands.
They showed a little pressure. They backed off. They really only brought 4. Racked 7 off into coverage. And another ball goes to a receiver's hands. There's Mike Stoops. What do? They play coverage on the last down.
Third down and 10 at the 5-yard line for the Mountaineers. Millard bounces out of the pocket. Nobody home, just flips it up and out of play. So West Virginia will punt the ball out of their own end zone.
And that was disciplined coverage, because when a quarterback breaks contain, look at Corey Nelson, 7. Watch him drop. He'll end up dropping into coverage. And instead of going up when the quarterback started to move, he stayed in coverage and helped take away the throwing lane to White.
So Nick O'Toole in the back of his own end zone, his 6th punt, no pressure, wobbly kick. Takes a West Virginia bounce, but OU will have sensational field position at the 37-yard line.
The decision to run the ball on 3rd down on last offensive series and punt it and play field position paid dividends there. Josh Heupel made that decision, probably in conjunction with his head coach and defensive coordinator, saying, we're playing well. Give us field position, and we can help you out. And look at how things have flipped with the Oklahoma offense.
Look at Trevor Knight, who's thrown 2 picks this evening. Throw the football with confidence if need be. Here's a handoff to Roy Finch. Oh, nicely done. West Virginia's defense really starting to amp it up now. Kyle Rose.
Well played from the inside, wasn't it? Just beat the block at the line of scrimmage and snuffed the back.
That's a 4-yard loss, 2nd and 14. Finch stays in the game. And they hand it off. Finch trying to get outside, and he's chopped down. Banks with the tough tackle. And it's a 5-yard pickup.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
3rd down and 9 at the 37. Knight, he'll throw it. Up the sideline. Incomplete. Shepard, the intended receiver, along with Bester.
And again, you have 2 receivers probably within 5 yards of each other, which means what? You have 2 defenders in the same spot. This would be a long field goal if you go for it, and I don't think you want to punt it here. It's betwixt and between.
Mike Stoops with a decision to make. He keeps his offense on the field.
But I think he's still thinking about it. I don't think he's made a full decision yet. I think he's running clock down. See, the clock's going to run to the end of the quarter. That gives him a chance to think about it. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, the play clock. I was looking at the wrong spot. So you take the 5-yard penalty, try and get a little extra room for your punter to try and drop it in there.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
If I'm the defense on 3rd and 9, maybe you say no on the penalty. Make it harder on your punter, because he's just trying to get extra room to knock it dead deep. Say no and take away the angle.
So Jed Barnett comes in, and now you have a new return man. Jordan Thompson replaces Mario Alford.
Let's see if he backs up from the 10-yard line.
This one popped in the air. Very good punt. And it's fair caught at the 9. 13-7 our score, 55 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And this one has been an interesting football game. Both defenses have played well. A lot of turnovers, 4 apiece for each team.
A lot of people will call this type of a game a chess match. I think that's too stagnant for football. This is a boxing match. Punch, counter punch, stick and move. Are you going to dance? You're going to brawl. Right now, Oklahoma has the advantage of field position. Can they maintain it?
Let's see if West Virginia, though, can deliver the haymaker. 1st down and 10 at the 9. Sims running, and he'll get to the 15-yard line before being dragged down by Frank Shannon. Julian Wilson gets up limping.
Yeah, a little gimpy there, wasn't he? And they're going to run out a replacement for him, a freshman, number 42, Dominique Alexander, a freshman linebacker.
2nd down and 5 at the 14. And another handoff. Garrison in the game. And he'll pick up 1. That brings up 3rd down and 4 as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Drama building in Norman. Conference opener for these 2 teams. We head to the 4th quarter with the score: Oklahoma 13, West Virginia 7. Welcome back. Let's take a look at our game summary brought to you by Buick.
Trevor Knight's had his struggles with the 2 interceptions, 4 total turnovers in the 3rd quarter combined, both teams, and the most for Oklahoma since 2011 in a loss at Oklahoma State.
3rd down and 4 at the 15-yard line. Millard over the middle, incomplete. Jordan Thompson, the intended receiver. That one thrown low.
You remember earlier in the game, we talked about Jalen Saunders doing his best to help out a struggling quarterback with some of those catches on the turf. That's the kind of catch there Jordan Thompson can help out his offense. Catch the ball, keep possession, move downfield. Because West Virginia's 1 big strike away from being in the lead in this game.
Nick O'Toole from the 1. Jalen Saunders with the fair catch at the 41. In the third quarter, the key word, turnovers.
Darwin Cook with the interception of Trevor Knight. How about Gabe Lind with that one? The tip by Marvin Gross, and Carl Joseph comes down with it. Kevin White losing possession and gets knocked free by Cortez Johnson for the turnover.
And how about this, folks? Look who's coming in the game. Blake Bell, the Belldozer, beaten out in spring ball by Knight. Disappointed, kept his mouth closed, and now we start the fourth quarter and he gets his opportunity. First down and 10 at the 41. And he'll run it. The Belldozer, first down, OU. I ran into his mom and his dad in the hotel today. They said, we want our son to get a chance. They didn't call the coaches, but his father, a former professional football player, said, hey, son, you're one play away. You may get your chance if you just stay positive. Let's see what he does with it. First down and 10 of the 49. Here's a handoff. Clay with their own at the 40. And a flag on the play, though, on the far side.
Like someone flipped a switch here with the energy in the crowd. Let's see if the energy will stay up or if it will dissipate a bit after the flag.
Illegal motion, offense. The player went in motion from the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, first down.
And that wipes away a 23-yard gain.
Look to the right of your screen. Here comes Shepard. And what they're saying is he was on the line of scrimmage. You have to step back, establish that you're back in the backfield, then go in motion. He just came straight from the line of scrimmage, negated a big run.
Clint Trickett warming up for West Virginia. Clay, another big hole. Clay, and is wrapped up at the 39. Brennan Clay, tackled by Kyle Rose. A 14-yard gain.
There's the right side of the offensive line again for Oklahoma, creating the crease. Bronson Irwin in at right guard. Darrell Williams at right tackle. Look at the numbers. Oklahoma really has jumped up.
Shaq Rao, the injured Mountaineer. And he's in a little bit of pain. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Avis, it's your space. And by Lowe's. Lowe's never stop improving. 13-7 OU. Blake Bell has come in for Trevor Knight. He's now faced with a second down and 1. Here's a handoff. Williams picks up the first down. Cook comes up and makes a tackle. But a first down for Oklahoma. Handing it off again to Williams. He'll pick up a couple yards on the play. Jared Barber with the tackle, but the big question surrounding Blake Bell. What happens when he has to throw the ball?
And the reason that Trevor Knight won the job, the Oklahoma coaches say to begin with, was how he threw the football. So now Blake Bell has to show that he's going to throw it better tonight down the stretch than what Trevor Knight gave them and where he couldn't take care of the ball very well.
Second down and 8 at the 36. Bell to Williams. Williams, first down and more at the 20. And he gets out of bounds inside the 20. Carl Joseph with the tackle after a 17-yard gain.
I'm wondering now, Gus, about the throwing the ball. I'm wondering more about West Virginia wearing down defensively, because we're seeing bigger and bigger creases, and even when they seem to have it stacked up, they find a way to squirt through and get additional yardage. I think it's a tired defense they're working against right now. And Rowell's out of the game, normally the point of attack at nose.
First down and 10. Williams again, spinning, and this time they got him up.
That's a good play by Doug Rigg, number 47, the linebacker. And now Christian Brown, the backup nose tackle, limps off the field.
But this Oklahoma team has been very effective running the ball. Clay with 15 carries, 142 yards. Williams 20 carries, 96 yards. Roy Finch in the game now.
Yeah, they may have gotten Oklahoma to move with that initial movement from the defensive front.
False start. Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's Jalen Saunders.
There's an initial jump by West Virginia in the defensive front, and then there was movement by the Oklahoma offensive line, and I think that's what Bob Stoops is arguing.
So that'll make it 2nd and 16 at the West Virginia 25. Bell will throw for the first time. Here's a screen and drop. Brennan Clay. Oh, he took his eyes off of it. If he could have hauled it in, he had a clear space up down the sideline.
And there's no one to point to on this one, I don't believe, but Brennan Clay pointing to himself. Catch the football and turn upfield.
So now it's 3rd down and 16.
Had to reach a little bit, but I think that was catchable.
On 3rd and 16, what does Blake Bell do? He'll throw it. Now he'll run it. Bell dives forward. Doesn't get the first down, but he certainly gets enough yardage to secure a short field goal for Honeycutt.
That was a run all the way. That was a design call, show pass, let the big guy take off and run to set up exactly what you said, Gus. Set up the short field goal to give them a chance to go up 16-7.
Honeycutt has been perfect, 2 for 2. He's nailed a 44-yarder and a 21-yarder. This from 32 yards out. And he remains perfect. 16-7 OU. Michael Honeycutt has been terrific. Trevor Knight, good teammate. He congratulates Blake Bell. All right, folks, tomorrow Fox NFL Sunday is back with a special 90-minute pregame show live from Times Square. You're watching them build the set right here. So Terry Howery and the guys, they will reveal live which superstar performer will be this year's halftime act at Super Bowl 48. A full day of NFL action begins with Fox NFL kickoff on Fox Sports 1 at 11 a.m. Eastern, followed by Fox NFL Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on Fox.
A lot of speculation about that halftime act. Can't wait to see the reveal.
Oklahoma sends it away. Smallwood back deep, but this will be Alford. And Alford with a running lane, and he gets up to the 30. Now let's go to Patrick O'Neill for a game break.
Hey, Gus, the only thing better than a win for Oklahoma fans is an OU win and a Texas loss. Longhorns on the ropes in Provo. BYU running back Paul Lasike, 10-yard TD run, 24-14 Cougars in the second quarter. It's nervous time in Austin. Gus and Charles, back to you.
BYU lost at Virginia last week in a monsoon and a delayed game, but they're always tough in Provo at altitude.
First down and 10 at the 28-yard line. For Paul Millard and the West Virginia offense. Sims corralled Chaz Nelson. And that's a terrific tackle for the redshirt senior because he was off and running.
He doesn't make that tackle, Gus. You're still narrating that play. And look at the Sooners defense. Last 5 games of last year, about 38 points. Look at the turnaround. We mentioned the turnaround of West Virginia's defense. Oklahoma having the same type of renaissance here in 2013.
Second down and 6 at the 32. Here comes the crowd. Over 82,000. 88th consecutive sellout. Sims again. Big hole. And he'll get close to midfield. Cortez Johnson hauls him down. But it's a 17-yard gain.
Charles Sims is a legit item. Let's see what he gets up front with the blocking. Good job. Look at Pat Eggers, 76, folding around from the guard position after he had 2 down blocks from the guys on the left side.
Mike Stoops not happy with the play of his defense on that run. Sims 9 carries, 38 yards. First down to the 49. They drop it off. And the ball caught by Carswell. But OU right on that play defensively.
The one thing to keep an eye out as we go down the stretch, we've seen that play a number of times tonight. There's always a counter to every play. You know what the counter would be? That back in motion, now continuing down the sideline, almost like a wheel route. They've thrown it inside every time tonight. Let's see if they want to take a shot eventually, faking it inside and throwing it deep down the sideline.
A loss of 2, second and 12. Hand off to Sims. Straight ahead. And he'll get to midfield. A 3-yard pickup. Quentin Hayes, first man to him. But a 3rd down and long coming up for the Mountaineers. They need 9.
Quarterback Millard was under center on that play. And we haven't seen much of that today. We saw more of him under center against William and Mary.
Somebody needs to make a play for the Mountaineers. Millard in the gun. Here's Millard. Lets it go underneath. Ball caught right. And he's hauled down. Couldn't pick up those extra yards for first down. Julian Wilson with a terrific tackle. And it looks like West Virginia may go for it.
I don't think there's any choice at this point with 7:20 and the clock ticking, down a couple of scores. They've got to go for it in this field position.
Biggest play of the game so far for West Virginia. 7:04 and counting. 4th down and 3 at the OU 44-yard line. Play clock winding down.
He doesn't have any timeouts.
He's got to get it away.
They don't have a timeout.
Fourth down.
And you can read his lips saying, we don't have a timeout. His quarterback unaware of the situation.
Was trying to actually call one until realizing from the bench they didn't have it. And now it's 4th and longer.
They need 8 yards. Does Millard have it in him? Millard off his back foot. Incomplete. The OU defense holds.
And they try to isolate their versatile chess piece, Cody Clay, against a linebacker, but a linebacker, Corey Nelson, is a better athlete.
Brennan Clay, 15 carries, 142 yards. Williams 5 yards away from giving OU 2 runners that have gone over 100 yards for the first time in 5 years. They have 308 yards rushing this evening. Brennan Clay again. He's been terrific. Travis Bell with the tackle. Let's take a look at what these backs have been doing.
There's Brennan Clay getting deep into the secondary. Damian Williams powering his way through. Seems like a long time ago, Gus, we were discussing how much trouble Oklahoma was having running the ball on first down. That's a distant memory now as the second half proceeds.
Second down and short after the 8-yard gain at the West Virginia 43. Blake Bell hands it off to Clay, and he's off and running again. Stop at the 29. Carl Joseph stops him.
Watch Millard here blocking this way. Look at the block here by Darrell Williams. And look at the crease you get for Clay. Bronson Irwin, 68, getting downfield, and another back. Look at the block back inside by Shepard, number 3.
But you have to give a lot of credit to this Oklahoma offensive line. Once the decision was made to run the football, they have been getting the job done.
And they've gotten it done despite a tough first half. They came out and redoubled their efforts in the second and have taken charge.
That's Doug Rigg that's down for West Virginia. And normally, folks, in these situations, the staff, they want to give the player the best possible care. And although this looks like a very scary scene, usually these situations are done for precautionary measures.
And you're getting both training staffs working in tandem here, working together to help the young man. Oklahoma staff hustled over there too when they saw how significant the injury appeared.
And quite often before games, these medical crews are so well trained. They practice before the game, just like the players, on doing their jobs when injuries occur on the field. So Doug Rigg being taken care of. We'll be back right after this. Fox College football is sponsored by the all-new Buick Encore. The next big thing in luxury is small. Norman, Oklahoma, our score is 16-7 OU. There's an injured player on the field, Doug Rigg, 6'1", 237 senior from Oradell, New Jersey, to Bergen Catholic High School. Second-year starter at will linebacker. Fifth leading tackler on the Mountaineers last year. And as I mentioned, although it is a very scary looking scene, players are given the best medical attention. He's moving his hands, as you can see. And these situations are done for precautionary measures because they want to make sure that every player on this field gets a chance to have the best medical care. Paramedics are there. And we will try to get you information on the status of Doug Rigg as soon as we learn something.
This is where it's very difficult for both sets of coaches because you're concerned for the
All
player.
right.
Yeah,
He's waving his arms.
that's great.
These are some of the greatest kids that you'll ever meet, folks. Week in and week out, we come to college campuses, and they're like superhuman beings. So resilient, so positive and dedicated, focused. Doug Rigg. He waved his arms as he was carted off the field. And we will get you information on him as soon as we know something.
Now the hard part for both coaches is getting your players back into the game because they're concerned for a teammate and for an opponent is prevalent, but now you've got to get them back to playing. And that's difficult at times.
With 5:25 to go and a 16-7 lead for Oklahoma, they can slam the door right here. First down at the West Virginia 29. They've been a juggernaut running the football, most notably number 24. 330 yards rushing. Here's Clay, number 24, spinning inside and goes down inside the 25-yard line.
You talked earlier about Blake Bell, Gus, and how you saw his parents and his dad said, "You're one play away, son. Stay in there, wait for your chance." When we watched them practice, every time Trevor Knight took a rep, Blake Bell was 10 yards behind him, knew the play, and essayed it behind him. Went ahead and took an active mental rep to make sure he stayed with it. That's showing up tonight. He did not lose himself when he lost his starting job.
Second down and 5 at the 24. Brennan Clay, the deep back. Here he goes again. And the question starting tomorrow for Oklahoma, will they have to change their philosophy now on offense and get away from being this high-octane, get to the line of scrimmage, throw it all over the field team, and turn into what Oklahoma used to be, which is a power running football club.
There's Josh Heupel all the way to the left, and he and his staff will be in heavy discussions about that. What I'm eager to see now on 3rd and short is, do we see a return of any of the belldozer stuff that we've seen in the past 2 years with Blake Bell at quarterback?
252 pounds. No, they're going to go with Clay. And he cuts it back inside, picks up a first down. Marvin Gross with the tackle. West Virginia starting to yield now. Clay with the career high 175 yards rushing.
This offensive line has done a fantastic job, led by Gabe Eichert, number 64 in the middle, their center.
First down and 10 of the 18. Blake Bell came in to start the 4th quarter, replacing Trevor Knight, who threw 2 interceptions and looked shaky. Clay. And Jared Barber with the tackle. And there's an injured player. That's Tyrus Thompson.
And you heard the shout all the way up here.
Thompson, a redshirt junior from Pflugerville, Texas, left tackle.
Right at the end, he gets rolled up.
Meanwhile, let's go to Patrick O'Neill for a game break.
Okay, Gus, thanks very much. Now, let's check in on Notre Dame and Michigan. Well, the Irish going to climb back in this one. Tommy Rees to Troy Nicholas. Look at the second effort here. He gets in, so it's a 27-20 ball game. Michigan only leading by a touchdown. So the Irish refuse to go quietly into the night. Gus and Charles, back to you.
Pretty good regional rivalry going on there.
Unfortunately, We won't be seeing it in the near future. Meanwhile, let's go down to pink for an injury report.
Got somber mood on both sidelines right now, but Doug Riggs was transported to a hospital in Oklahoma City. He was knocked unconscious on that play, did regain consciousness, was speaking and moving his hands, but they are sending him to get additional treatment.
And that's good news, you know, because when you're talking about that, saw the hands move, you know, you're feeling a little bit better about that. He'll get that extra treatment you talked about from people. We send out all of our best wishes to him and his family, and of course the Mountaineers, and now Tyrus Thomas. And Christina just talked about it. Somber on both sides. Another big injury as they help the big fella off the field. We hope he's going to be okay too.
His backup, Derek Farniok, redshirt sophomore from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
It didn't look like they ran him out there.
Looks like it'll be Mila Casatati. Second down and 11 at the 19. 2:40 and counting. Bell to Clay. And this time they drop him for a loss, but Clay wise enough to stay in bounds.
Keep the clock moving. And I think they switched Darrell Williams over from right tackle to left tackle to fill the void for Oklahoma. Casatati's been playing up in the offensive line also. He has been a guard before he slid in.
So with 2 minutes to play, third down and 16.
So
at the 24. Miller. And he goes down at about the 18-yard line. They needed to get inside the 10 for a first down. So that brings up fourth. And Michael Honeycutt, who's been perfect tonight, 3 for 3. He's hit a 44-yarder, a 21-yarder, and a 32-yarder. Many feel that this time next year, he has a chance to be the best field goal kicker in college football. This time it'll be from 35 yards away.
And what a drive. They're just trying to drain clock here, I think. And even if they take a penalty, 5 yards means nothing to him in this situation, kicking the field goal.
So ironic because
Oklahoma takes its first time out of the half.
Honeycutt
30 seconds in length.
so proficient now, but Mike Stoops, rather Bob Stoops, has had a history with his kickers in the past.
I remember one year they were playing down the stretch for an undefeated season and made a kicking change late where they brought Garrett Hartley in to kick late in the season. And that helped take them to a national championship game appearance. They've gone the whole season, and he's like, hey, I know I was trying to redshirt, but this is too important. We got to win now. And they put him out there.
But it looks like Oklahoma will go on to win this game, but tomorrow it all begins. Quarterback situations, offensive philosophy, questions. Defense played extremely well, giving up only 7 points.
Again, that's 2 straight weeks.
Blake
for the
Bell.
defense with the changes they've made.
Will Blake Bell get the start next week against Tulsa?
These are the downtown quarterback discussions that'll be going on too.
Honeycutt, and this one off the upright. He missed it. So with a minute to go, Oklahoma with a 16-7 lead. West Virginia buzzing on their sideline now. Mountaineers out of timeouts.
Just pulled it too far, and the upright denies him. Really shouldn't be a significant miss with 1 minute left on the clock because of what West Virginia would have to do in terms of scoring, getting the ball back, scoring again.
So the Mountaineers take over at the 20. Paul Millard has done some things well tonight and struggled in other areas. 17 of 36, 172 yards, 1 interception. Here's the handoff. Smallwood. It'll get out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 56 seconds to go. First down after the 16-yard gain at the 36. Millard underneath Kevin White. And White dives forward and gets to midfield. Zach Sanchez brings him down. From the 50. Millard dumps it off. Far side, Smallwood. He gets out of bounds again.
As long as you can make them throw it short and tackle, you can help drain the clock if you're the Oklahoma defense.
From the 38. Millard pump fakes. And it's caught by McCartney. Clock stopping it with 25 seconds to go.
Nothing else. West Virginia can utilize this for down the road when they need to have a 2-minute offense, because they're doing it very intelligently. Getting out of bounds, picking up first downs, getting the clock stopped after every play.
Millard hands it to Garrison. And Garrison breaks a tackle, gets to the 20. Mountaineers have to get to the line of scrimmage quickly. Remember, they have no timeouts. 19 seconds remaining. Millard, near side. Kevin White. They're going to have to hurry to get a playoff.
First down, so the clock stops to set the chains. But as you noted, they'll have to hurry to the line of scrimmage.
And he'll spike it.
The number one thing for me as we exit here, Gus, Doug Rigg, hoping he's okay. That's our number one thing as we go forward. The linebacker for West Virginia, taken to the hospital. We like the way he left, seeing some movement. We certainly hope everything comes back just fine.
4 seconds to go. Maybe the final play. Millard lofts it up in the corner. Incomplete. And that's your ball game. But a flag on the play. Wait a minute. Let's see. A flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 19. Half the distance to a goal. Automatic first down. One untimed down.
So that's striker number 19, the linebacker, rushing Millard. And look where his hands are. Up in the grill and the face mask of the quarterback. They'll call that every time.
So one more play coming up. And an injured player in the corner.
Cortez Johnson, the transfer from Arizona, the cornerback.
Cortez Johnson being looked at. In the meantime, let's take a look at what's taking place in the Big 12.
TCU still number 24 after the loss to LSU last week. Beat Southeast Louisiana 38-17. Looks like Oklahoma State has settled on a quarterback. J.W. Walsh, 24 27, 326, 4 touchdowns. Baylor, Bryce Petty. He's off to a terrific start as the quarterback there for the Bears. Texas down 27-14 at BYU. They've got a ways to come back in the altitude in Provo.
Final play, 1st and goal at the 3. For Paul Millard. He hands it off to Smallwood, and no. And that's how the game will end. The final score from Norman: Oklahoma 16, West Virginia 7. A shaky win for the Sooners. A game in which Bob Stoops pulled his redshirt freshman quarterback for his redshirt junior backup Blake Bell. Shaky win, but the Sooners will take it. 16-7, the final, and the questions will begin. We'll be back right after this. 16-7, the final score. Oklahoma defeats West Virginia, and the Sooners win their first conference game of the season and start the year 2-0. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis. Just an interesting game. A lot of turnovers, but some terrific play by both defenses.
And West Virginia not expected to be very good on defense again this year. Last year, they're number 108 in the country. They're way better than that. They've really been resilient and bounced back. They were on the field way too long tonight. Oklahoma's offensive line started to have their way in the second half. The running game and Oklahoma's defense won this game. Now we're going to find out who's going to play quarterback for Oklahoma going forward as Blake Bell replaced Trevor Knight in the second half.
It'll be interesting to listen to talk radio on the way back to the hotel this evening.
You think there's some opinions already being levied about that, who should play quarterback at Oklahoma? But nonetheless, the Sooners are 2-0 on this young season.
So Oklahoma manages to muscle out a win over West Virginia, and they start the year 2-0. The final score here in Norman, 16-7 OU. Join us tomorrow for opening weekend of NFL football on Fox. For more post-game coverage of tonight's game, tune in to Fox Sports 1 for Fox Sports Live. Time now for your local news, except on the West Coast. I'm Gus Johnson for Charles Davis and Christina Pink and our entire crew saying good night from Norman. You've been watching Fox Sports.